Our fifth speaker this evening is Dan Boozan. Graduation Day. Graduation Day. Dan Boozan.
May I see a show of hands? How many of you in this room know of someone who did not graduate from college or, even more tragically, did not graduate from high school? Often I'll meet with or work alongside individuals who meet one or the other criteria, and on occasion the subject of their working towards graduation comes up. And when it does, my advice to them is, it always has been, don't graduate. Or, to coin a cliche, avoid graduation the way you would poison ivy at a nudist camp. Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, the title of tonight's speech is Graduation Day. Subtitle, and how to avoid it. By graduation, I'm talking about the end of learning, the completion of education. Going from learning to land work. Going from the acquisition of knowledge to the acquisition of numbness. In short, no longer learning about ourselves and our world. So if you are considering graduating, calling it quits on inquiry, please allow me to offer 3 bits of advice. First, don't. Second, keep learning. Third, create ways to prevent yourself from graduating. But first and foremost, don't. When you no longer care to learn about yourself and your world, you are in a rut. And all a rut is a break with both ends stopped out. We all know that one individual who's graduated from life. They received that diploma 10 years ago, and they haven't cracked the book since. When changes occur in their lives, they muddle through it as best they can, or they try to change everyone around them so they don't have to change their way of behaving. They're a bit like the ever-ready bunny, in that they keep working and working, hitting that drum again and again, over and over, until they and everyone around them has a headache and wants to march to the beat of a different drum. If I had my way, every single diploma would come with a message from the Surgeon General. 1, acceptance of this sheepskin could be hazardous to your mind. Not to mention to the sheeps. My second point is a corollary to the first. Keep learning. There's a whole world out there wanting to help you to learn, to grow. The ways of learning are as limitless as your imagination. This coming year, consider sponsoring a foreign student. Not only will you learn about their culture, their customs, but you're going to have to explain to them about American culture, American customs. Now that's what you'll call an education. One of the most popular ways is through college courses. My auto mechanic mentioned his passing the other day. He's taking 6 hours of college credit. By day, he works on my Honda. At night, he drives to class in his Cadillac. One of the simplest and most effective ways is right here. Toastmasters. No one ever came through that door because they knew everything there ever was to know about public speaking. Our organization is a prison with facets of leadership and linguistics, poise and pride, each helping to reflect and intensify the other's light. Let it reflect on you. Let it intensify your talents, your abilities in public speaking. Or if you so select, you may decide, I am going to become an expert. What is an expert? Well, according to a college professor of mine, an expert is anyone who has read 2 or more books on the subject, simply because most people refuse to read more than 1 book on the subject. And your library or your bookstore can make you an expert on 1.5 million subjects. You can read extensively in one particular field, or like me, you can read on a bewildering array of subjects. And when people ask me why I don't concentrate my reading on one particular area, I tell them that some men drink deeply from the fountain of knowledge. I like to just walk around it and gargle a whole lot. And gargling leads directly to my third point. Be creative in finding ways to prevent graduation-itis. Here, I'm asking you to be creative. Your greatest asset is, and it always has been, your imagination. This is exemplified in the life of a man Time magazine did a story on many years ago. When he was young, he would hear individuals say, "Boy, when I was a youngster like you, I had this opportunity and I wish I would have grabbed it. And boy, when I was just a mere sapling like you, I should have done this, but I didn't. It's gone forever." So, while still a youth, he set out a list of things he wanted to accomplish in his life. Then he set out to make accomplishing those his life's work. He started by reading the Bible from end to end. Then, he started climbing mountains from end to end. He learned to fly. He wrote a novel. He sailed up the Nile. He's visited all 7 continents, and now he's trying to hitchhike his way into space. He may not have a degree, but he has an education few of us in this room could match. And that leads to the greatest resource of all, learning from your fellow man. Thanks to my colleagues in Toastmasters, I've learned what it's like to kayak the ocean along the British Columbia coast, what it's like to be an exchange student in a foreign land, and what it's like to be accidentally arrested for being too close to a street demonstration during the 1960s. The stories of your fellow Toastmasters can enlighten and enliven you. Learn from them. You'll never regret it. In conclusion, what it adds up to is this. We can't graduate. Ours is an era of education. From learning about subatomic particles to learning about spaceflight. From learning about computers to learning to be a good father. And from learning our jobs to learning our hearts. Education, my friends, is not a light meant to dim with age. It is a beacon meant to light a way through the ages. Madam Contest Master.
And our final speaker this evening was Dan Boozan, and he's a member of the Singles Toastmasters Club 4664. Dan lists among his interests investing. Dan, I don't have much money. What's your best investing tip for me this evening?
Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I've got that down. Invest in yourself. Be it for retirement, be it in your skills, your talents, your abilities. And that, ironically, is going to be a future speech of mine, investing in yourself. So thank you for the promotional opportunity.
Our first place winner, the person who will represent our district at the regional contest in Dallas, Dan Boozan.